Let's take you to Mnisi, who is at the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court, and that's where convicted rapist and killer Thabo Bester's prison accomplice, girlfriend, Nandipha Magudumana, might not appear at court today, and the reporting is that she may be ill. Let's get the latest now, and Linda Mnisi is our reporter on this story. Linda, good morning to you. So, any update as regards Nandipha Magudumana's state of health?
Well, only at this moment we're getting news that Nandipha Magudumana was taken to the Park Road police station. We understand that's where she collapsed and paramedics having to be called to treat her. A couple of minutes ago I was standing here with her lawyer, who of course had to be called back and forth, and he's gone down now to the holding cells, and we'll be getting a confirmation exactly around her health and whether or not she did indeed collapse at the Park Road police station. One of the big questions that are coming out this morning is why exactly she was taken there, given the fact that that's where she was taken the very first time that she appeared in this court. That's where she had to be processed when she got back to Tanzania. What usually happens is that she comes straight to the holding cells of the court, and that's where she'll wait until, of course, she appears or the case is called. But it appears as though something different may have happened this time around, of course leading her to collapse at the Park Road police station. So we'll be getting a sense of what exactly happened that led to her collapsing. But you would have heard her lawyer earlier on indicating that she is unwell. He was with her doctor, who did indicate that she was unwell, and therefore there were arrangements that were being made. Earlier he was telling us about how he had to engage authorities to get a sense of the extent of the reports that we were also getting this morning around her being dragged out of prison, despite the authorities knowing that she is unwell. From our sources and the people that were telling us, around her ill health, what they were telling us was that she was dragged out of prison, wrapped in a blanket and told that she would be coming to court. So it seems, those are the delays that are leading to the case not starting. In fact, as we were sitting inside court, what we were told was that, court will not be starting any moment now. It will be starting, in fact, even after 11:15. I see Mnisi Mutlong is back. He'll probably give us a sense of what things are looking like. Mr. Mutlong, we're getting word that your client collapsed at the Park Road police station. Can you, on record, confirm?
I confirm it. And she's downstairs there on the floor.
What was she doing at the Park Road police station?
It beats me as well, unless they also were fully aware that she is unfit, she's unwell. And for the first time, they took her there to Park Road police station. They've now brought her here. She's still not well. She's actually literally on the floor.
Is she dressed? Because the reports that we got was that she was given a blanket to wrap herself and then come to court.
Look, she's on the floor. I don't even want to divulge any information that will further humiliate her. As it is now, she's been treated with the worst form of inhumane condition.
Earlier you said you were going to engage the authorities to check the extent of this. What are they telling you?
Look, I went to the police station. I couldn't be allowed to see her, and I came back. And I'm now going to engage with the National Prosecution Authority and check what can be done. But really, this is unnecessary drama. This happened before. Accused persons fall ill, whether they are out on bail or they are in custody. If they are in custody, they don't show up in court. And this is a worst form of a case where, someone is treated with indignity just because she is Dr. Nandipha Magudumana. We are all equal before the law. Everyone is equal before the law. But this type of treatment is so appalling.
I saw the investigating officer in this matter is around. Did you have a word with him around what exactly is going on?
No, I didn't.
Because they're not responsible for transporting.
Police are. I tried to engage with the police officers who brought her here. And I asked them, how do you bring someone in these conditions to court, travel 2 hours to and 2 hours from? How do you do that? And they didn't respond. They just looked at me. Is it a case of the very same issue that we raised in court, where we were complaining about the manner in which she's been transported to court? And what happened there? I was told they are getting instructions from above. Is this the type of instruction they are carrying out? If so, this is really inhumane, so unfair to an accused person.
What are the implications then of this? Will she be appearing? Do you think she'll have the strength to come up this court stairs and appear?
Look, in my over 20 years of experience in court, I've never seen an accused person appearing in a stretcher.
So she can't even stand up?
She's on the floor. As I'm talking to you now, she's on the floor.
All right, thank you so much. That's Machini Mutlong, the lawyer for Dr. Nandipha Magudumana. As you can see, very busy explaining that Dr. Nandipha Magudumana has since been moved from the Park Road Police Station and brought to the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court. She's in the holding cells. I indicated to you earlier on that he had gone down, and he said she found her on the floor, does not want to further divulge the kind of condition she is in, because the reports that we got earlier on was that she was just given a blanket to wrap herself. So we're going to be contacting the National Prosecuting Authority to get a sense of what exactly is happening, because we understand that the people that are responsible for transporting her are police officers. So at the moment, the case will not be starting. From where I'm sitting, you can see behind me the legal representatives of the other accused persons sitting down, of course, as all of this unfolds. Even behind my colleague, Max Silotol, is one of the accused, Anastasia Janssen. You'd recall she was also granted bail, but also the parents of Katlego Bereng also sitting outside court. So this, as of course the issue around Dr. Nandipha Magudumana's health is continuing and playing out just outside a court. So we'll be keeping a close eye and of course hearing and listening on the ground what exactly is happening and what the update is around her health. Kholi?
Linda, I don't want to let you go just yet. Perhaps this we can use as an opportunity to revisit the last appearance, and I think it was a denial of her bail application. Perhaps the latest situation around her state of health, could it potentially strengthen her argument for her to be let out on bail? And let's remind the viewers why the court thought that she would be a flight risk.
Well, Kholi, her ill health came after, the bail application. During the bail application itself, she was welcoming to court. In fact, the court even noted during the judgment how she was well groomed, appearing to be taken care of in the prison, and saying that there was nothing untoward about her health or even the manner in which she was treated in prison. So I'm not quite sure about how that can be a point to use on appeal. We have heard before from her lawyers indicating that they are going to appeal that bail ruling. We spoke to them a couple of days ago, and they indicated that when that time comes, they will inform us on whether or not they've on whether they have made that particular application, and they've approached the High Court to, of course, in a bid to overturn that ruling that denied her bail. So the court had to look at the submissions, of course, that she brought to the court. You'd recall there was also the issue around the schedule of the offense. Were we dealing with a Schedule 1 offense or a bail application, or a Schedule 5, given the fact that the defense argued that the evidence that was brought by the state was not sufficient to substantiate or justify a Schedule 5 charge, therefore the court having to one rule on that, and which basically sets the legal requirements for a bail application, what the threshold would be in order for the court, of course, to consider whether or not she was eligible for bail. She made submissions telling the court around what happened for her to leave the country, saying that she was forced out of the country by Thabo Bester against her will. But interesting that the court said that there was no reason for her to withhold further information around this abduction because she wasn't facing any charge related to leaving the country. The court ending up finding that she is indeed a flight risk and could potentially assist Thabo Bester in yet another prison escape. What the state submitted was that she was the mastermind, the alleged mastermind behind Thabo Bester's prison escape. She and Bester, in fact, were the alleged mastermind behind that prison break, and therefore, it would not be in the interest of justice for her to be granted bail. So whether or not her ill health will be a point to take to the High Court, that remains really unclear, but also highly unlikely because the court did rule that initially she appeared well and she appeared well groomed. You would have seen even on social media or the commentary that's made around how she appears in court always well groomed, having makeup and of course seemingly dressed appropriately. So the court saying that it appears as though she is well taken care of. Oli?
Mnisi, thank you very much. Very, very comprehensive update there from our colleague in Bloemfontein.